In early 2024, a finance worker at a major multinational firm sat down on what it seemed like a routine video conference. On the screen were his colleagues, including the company's chief financial officer dialing in from UK, and this company was based in Hong Kong. The topic was a secret, urgent transaction. The meeting was very convincing, and the instructions that were given to this employee were very clear. And the employee, thinking that he was doing the part of his job, authorized the transfer. Only after $25.6 million were gone did the company realize the truth. The CFO was actually not there. Latest reporting identified the firm as ARUP, A-R-U-P, a company that's based in Hong Kong. The colleagues were AI-generated deepfakes deployed in a sophisticated heist that marked a terrifying new era of corporate warfare. This is not an isolated incident. In fact, it was a dress rehearsal. Today, a new kind of threat operates in the shadows. These are not just ordinary hackers. They are not in a traditional sense. They are AI-driven influence operations, often run through bot farms. And their attacks can be devastating. Imagine the level of chaos targeted directly at your company. This is not going to just crush the market. It's actually digital assassination. And it's the new reality for CEOs or board members and leaders like you. These anonymous farms have a digital playbook they use to manipulate markets, destroying the reputation and committing fraud at a scale that we have never seen before. And now I'm going to go break down exactly how they do it and reveal the defensive strategies that top CEOs are scrambling to implement. Now, what happened in that firm in Hong Kong was a direct financial strike. But the threat is rapidly evolving beyond just the financial frauds. These AI disinformation campaigns are kind of like a multi-front war against a specific organization. They can target the company stock price with fabricated news, or they can wage a war attrition on the brand's reputation, slowly poisoning the public trust that public has on their brand. Think about this for a second. Old school corporate espionage were all about like stealing a single document from the lock safe, right? The new warfare is about rewriting the entire public library of knowledge about your company all at once. Now, capabilities that were once limited to state-backed groups in specific countries are increasingly available to these criminals and bad actors. Those same tactics, they're being commercialized and turned into private sector. Now, these campaigns are designed for maximum impact and minimum traceability, so it becomes very hard for you to trace them. They're exploiting the speed and the trust of the digital network that we live in, which is like poisoning the river at the core. These toxins, they're flowing everywhere before anyone from your company knows what's really happening. The primary goal is to create a storm of chaos so intense that by the time your company's PR team drafted a response, the damage is already done. The stocks plummeted, the brand is tarnished, and the attackers have disappeared. It's no wonder that in 2024, a Proofpoint survey found that 70% of chief information security officers feel that organization is at the risk of material cyber impact in the subsequent years. So how do they do it? How can a handful of anonymous operators with very few AI models bring a corporate giant to its knees? Well, it's a sophisticated, multi-stage process that I'm going to explain shortly. The AI farm's playbook is built in 4 distinct stages, escalating from subtle recon to all-out information blitz. Stage 1 is the digital scouting at scale. So basically it starts with data scraping at an industrial scale. Imagine a chef planning to create a perfect digital poison recipe. First, they must gather every possible ingredient. The farm's AI scours internet for every piece of publicly available information on the target company and its key executives and leaders. They looked at LinkedIn profiles, they look at press releases, conference appearances that are there on YouTube, podcast interviews, social media posts, all of it. Then the AI analyzed the speech patterns and vocabulary to build a very detailed psychological profile. In an attempted attack at the CEO of WPP, the world's largest advertising agency, the scammers used publicly available imagery and footage, including the YouTube video, to train the AI voice models. What they did is they learned the entire corporate blueprint just by listening and watching those videos. Stage 2 is synthetic content generation. Now this is where the ingredients becomes weapon. Using the voice samples and the video footage, the attackers create what are essentially the digital puppets of these key executives. It might be the voice clone of the CEO, leaving an urgent voicemail for a finance employee, as this was attempted, an example, in targeting WPP's leadership. Or it could be a full deepfake video or a live conference call, like that one cost the Hong Kong company over $25 million. At the same time, the firm's AI models act like a printing press. So it's churning hundreds of fake articles and thousands of social media posts. They're all designed to look legitimate. They can fabricate a news story about a product recall, or basically it could be a realistic audio clip of a board member discussing a secret failed merger that the company has, which never really happened. Stage 3 is the all-out launch. Now the attack is launched with an overwhelming force, like a DDoS attack on reality. All the synthetic content that was developed in stage 2 is pushed out all at once across dozens of platforms through networks of bots and hijacked accounts. Now these deepfake audio clips goes viral on X, where all the fake articles are spammed on Facebook and Reddit and financial message boards. The sheer magnitude and the volume is designed to flood the zones, overwhelming the human factual checkers and the social media moderators, so they cannot even comprehend the massive scale. The narrative is spreading like wildfire, and in some cases, the media or the influencers are actually amplifying unverified claims before facts can catch up. The attackers are exploiting one simple fact, which is the lie gets halfway around the world before the truth has chance to get out. Step 4 is narrative hijacking. So once this chaos is unleashed, the firm enters in the final stage. It's like an arsonist not only setting the fire, but seizing control of the fire hoses to ensure the building continues to burn down. The target company struggles to respond to these attackers using their network and control narrative. If the company issues a press release denying a fake product recall, the bot farm immediately responds and floods the social media with fabricated customer testimonials. They turn the company's defense into just another part of the controversy, further eroding the trust that the people have in this organization. The World Economic Forum ranks mis- and disinformation as the top short-term global risk for 2025-24, precisely because of its power to destroy the trust at a systemic level in the organization. This four-stage playbook is a terrifying new reality. Understanding is the first step is to defending your organization. Now, if you're finding this breakdown valuable from navigating the landscape of corporate threats, take a second to hit the subscribe and like button. I'm focused on giving you this critical insights you need to stay ahead in the age of AI. Now you have seen the weapon. How do you defend it? That's a big question. This is no longer a job of just your IT department. The reason for that is this threat is psychological and it is reputational. In the wake of these attacks, top CEOs, executives are realizing that they need a new kind of fortress. Here are the 4 pillars of building a modern defense strategy. Defense strategy number 1, proactive crisis simulation. You cannot wait for the attack to happen. It will be too late by then. The best defense is like a vaccine. You expose your organization to a controlled, weakened version of the threat to build the immunity. But what are companies doing? The companies are now running disinformation drills by using red teams to simulate an AI-driven attack themselves. They create their own deepfakes. They run a mock propaganda campaign internally to test the organization's response time, communication protocols, and also the weak spots. Now, having these crisis plans specifically for this type of scenario is absolutely critical. Strategy number 2, the human firewall and verification culture. Now, technology is only half of the battle. Your employees are your strongest line of defense. The new standard is building a culture of verification. Think of this as like a 2-factor authentication for reality. If an attempt is reported again, like Ferrari, for example, an executive stopped the deepfake call by asking a question only real CEO could answer. Now, companies are requiring multi-channel verification for a sensitive request, especially at the C levels. An urgent email from CEO must be confirmed with a phone call to a known number. The deliberate friction acts as a crucial method speed bump against these deceptions. As WPP CEO Mark Reed warned the leadership after being targeted, said, "We all need to be vigilant. Just because the account has my photo doesn't mean that it is me." Strategy number 3, AI-powered counterintelligence. Now you need to fight the fire with fire. To counter these AI attacks, you need AI defense that acts as a digital immune system for your organization. Now companies are deploying sophisticated monitoring tools that uses AI to detect an early tremor of disinformation campaign that is against them. Think about that as an early warning radar. These systems are analyzing the thousands of posts in real time to identify the suspicious patterns. And they're tracking the narratives and flagging the bot networks before they can be reaching the critical masses. This gives this company a crucial heads up, allowing them to pre-bunk false narrative before it happens. Strategy number 4, radical transparency and content authenticity. Now, the ultimate long-term defense is the trust and continue to build the trust with the audience. In the world that is full of deepfakes, authenticity is going to be your most crucial asset. And this is where initiative like Coalition for Content Provenance and Authenticity, C2PA, comes in. This is like a digital watermark for your content. So it creates a secure, like a birth certificate for a video or image or audio file, allowing your company to prove that it's real and authenticated. Now, it's not going to prove that it's true, but it gives the public the confidence that the file origination is genuine. By adopting these standards for all official communication, a company gives the public a clear way to distinguish the real message from the fake message. It's building the foundation of the trust before the crisis hits, so your audience know where to turn for the truth information. Now, the rise of AI propaganda farm marks a fundamental shift in corporate risk. The battlefield is no longer just a marketplace. In fact, it's impacting your entire information ecosystem. The weapons are not just few lines of codes. They're algorithmically generated lies designed to prey on human psychology. The deepfakes will get more realistic, unfortunately, because our digital surface is increasing. The bot networks are going to get more sophisticated, and the attacks are going to get more personal. But as I've shown earlier, the defense playbook needs to evolve as well. The winning this fight is going to come down to a combination of few things. So first is going to be the proactive simulation, a human vigilant firewall, AI-powered defenses, and unwavering commitment to authenticity. The companies that are going to thrive in this new era will be the ones that understand they're not just selling products, but they're fighting for the integrity of their own truth. So if you're a leader, share this video with your team. The best defense is going to be a collective one. And if this has opened your eyes on the dangers of AI propaganda farms, you'll want to see the flip side on how CEOs are using AI to make faster, sharper decisions. Watch my next video, 5 AI agent hacks CEO use to slash decision time. It is a deep dive into the tools and strategies that leaders are using now to outpace the chaos.